It's a big day for Jaymo because, Brandon Staley was fired. Justin Herbert's finally freed. Hopefully they can get a better coach in there and Justin Herbert can get back on track in his career. If Justin Herbert continues down this road, it's going to kill Jaymo.
See me? I think you can see me. It is Wednesday night at 7:04 p.m. and I was about to make my own content. I was about to make my own content on my own channel, me time. But I realized we did not send Joe, our vlog editor. Shout out to Joe. I don't even know if you guys have seen him on camera. Joe deserves a shout out. We give Joe every Tuesday confessions, Tuesday interviews. We didn't do it this week. I don't know what happened. I don't even know. It just slipped my mind. It slipped everyone's mind. So it came to my mind Wednesday night. None of us fucking did it. So I'm just gonna sit here on Wednesday night and yap to you guys for X amount of minutes that it would take for 3 other people to confess, because we need something for you guys to fucking watch and listen to. Did I come prepared? No, as in none of us came prepared Tuesday, but we are heading into week 15. The first week of the fantasy football playoffs. Does it matter for me? No. I'm not in the fantasy football playoffs. Is that kind of embarrassing when that's why I'm here? That is why you guys get to watch me, why I get to talk to you, because I'm supposed to be a fantasy football expert. Doesn't really add up to be a fantasy expert, to be the representation of BDG's fantasy rankings, then not even make the playoffs in my league. Not great. But for everyone else out there, it's time to fucking lock in. Tell your players to strap up. It's a brutal week already. Like, the injuries have just been bad this year. I mean, tomorrow's Thursday Night Football between the Chargers, Raiders. Jacobs is probably out. Keenan's ruled out. Herbert's out the season. Austin Eckler's washed as fuck. He might actually redeem himself because they have no other weapons on this team. They might force you to make 100 carries. We'll see if he clutch up in week 1 of the playoffs or not. Gut doesn't know this, but I've said before in the last vlog, our move-in date is January 1st, but I'm leaving out of town January 1st to the 6th, so my move-in date's the 6th. So I am trying to contact the realtor or the property manager of the apartment building, and I'm trying to pay the prorate to get into the apartment early. Like, can I fucking go there tonight? Can I be there sleeping in my own apartment tonight rather than sleeping in the office because I want to? And it's a fucking like, you would think that would be the easiest step ever, because I am literally telling them like, hey, take my money so I can get in there early. I'm not asking to get in for free. Whatever the fee is, I will pay. And they just keep pushing me off. I talked to the realtor. Who can I talk to get in contact with to do this? Or I asked him like, hey, can I pay the prorate? He's like, yeah, for sure. I'm like expecting him to follow up with the steps on how to do that, and he didn't. So the next day I said, can you give me the contact for the property manager so I can pay the prorate and get in early? And he's like, yeah, email me. So I email him. The same exact thing I fucking texted him. Contact with the manager people. He said, yes, they will be in touch soon. It's been 24 hours since that, like the biggest deal ever, like third world problems. Like there's some hungry motherfucker out there in Africa and I'm complaining about not living in my 13th floor apartment in Jersey. But still, it's like, brother, help me out. Like I'm trying to get out of the fucking office.
Help me! Help me!
And you're just kicking the rock down the road. Just give me their fucking phone number. Like, I don't know what's so official about this shit. I don't know, I'm going off a rant. I probably wouldn't even bring this up if we did normal confessions, but I'm just filling the air right now. Also, side note, whenever we do the confessions, just, you guys see me on camera a lot. Jaymo's camera skills behind the scene is negative. I might as well be a fucking caveman trying to set up the camera I'm talking to you guys with. Usually Tony or Nick sets it up. I just come in, yap, and leave. They turn it on, they turn it off. Today, it's all me right now. Like, there's a chance you'll never see this video because I didn't even press record on the camera and I'm just talking to nothing right now. Who knows? More bullshit I can talk about. For some reason, I wanted to ask you guys if you believe in aliens. I personally do. You ever seen those videos where this was the size of the Earth to the universe and it's like, it's a piece of sand on the beach. Let me fucking I'm fucking mumbling here. You'll just see like Neil deGrasse give a comparison of how big Earth is to the universe, and it's like literally how big one little granular piece of sand is to the size of the Earth. Like, it's that fucking big of a scale. That might not even be to scale. So to me, it's like, if the galaxy's that infinitely fucking large, there's something out there. I don't know if they're like big green-headed motherfuckers like we think in the movies. There's just no way they're not real. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Another one, are ghosts real? Are fucking ghosts real? Who knows? I can see the camera's about to clock out, actually. We're about to run out of time, so I gotta wrap this up, even though I wanted this to be a little bit longer. Sorry to close it out so soon. But yeah, that's my Wednesday take. Funny enough, how I mentioned earlier, I'm like a fucking caveman with the camera. It was fine. I didn't run out of memory. I wasn't running out of memory at all. I'm just a fucking idiot and saw some fucking shit pop up on the camera. I'm like, uh-oh, must be bad. So I guess you get fucking 10 more minutes of me talking. Christmas is, no one's talking about it's fucking December 13th. None of us in the office have mentioned Christmas once. That needs to be discussed. Who's been good, who's been bad. I've had a couple gifts I kind of wanted to get the guys, but there's one specific one that I want. Obviously, I can't say it out loud. They'll watch this. But there's one specific one I knew they'd like, and it's sold out. So I'm like, do I pivot gifts? Do I get it for them after Christmas? Should I fucking get them anything in general? Or like, are we friends outside of work? I don't know. I gotta get something for my girlfriend. I gotta get something for my mom, my dad. Like, Christmas is stressful. Christmas music's probably like the most underrated part of Christmas. That shit's fucking gas. Joe, throw in some Christmas music while I'm ranting for a few more minutes. Another underrated part of Christmas, my favorite gift to open is the stocking. The stocking's fucking heat and is very underrated. Stocking's underrated. I don't know if that's a hot take, that's my take, and I'll stand by that. If the guys don't mention Christmas this week or next, y'all need to check on BDGE. Like, December 13th, still 2 weeks out, that's fine. Should have been mentioned, but it is okay if it's not. If I'm the only one to bring up Christmas, that is bad. This office needs some more fucking spirit and happiness, because that should at the bare minimum be like mentioned. Like, I feel like we talked about Thanksgiving pretty heavily in one of the vlogs. Like, we had Thanksgiving dinner, we had Matt come to town. Like, that was a thing. In fact, there wasn't one mention, a little nuts. I guess we could talk about post-Godzilla. I'm a simple man. If you put me in front of a movie where there's big monsters destroying shit, that's enough for me to say it was a likable movie and it was worth seeing. I am very simple. I'm not gonna get into the character arc or the plot didn't develop or the pacing in the third act or just throwing some fucking buzzwords that people act like they know what they're saying. I'm a big movie guy. I got some reps under my belt of movies watched. But when it comes to monster movies, like, your expectations gotta be solid. Like, they gotta be fair, okay? We're watching a fucking fake dragon, lizard, dinosaur thing come out of the water. There can only be so much character development. It did lose a point because it's in fucking Japanese and we had to read the whole time. And I'm not someone that like hates on subtitles, but like when it's forced, when I don't even have the option, then it's like, all right, well, I don't mind subtitles. I'm not against subtitles, but I'm not certainly sitting here wanting them and them alone. Like, come on. Okay, I would say as a group, we all had a good time. It was worth going. I could feel there wasn't much love for the movie. That's for damn sure. There wasn't a whole lot of, I'd watch that again walking out of the theater. And the movie had its flaws. It was almost a little too happy of an ending. But again, I'm glad we saw it. I want to see December 23rd, Aquaman 2 comes out. I would love for us to go as a group again. That's not seeming like a hot topic, hot commodity for the crew. In their defense, half of them won't be here. But still, they could have at least entertained it. They could have teased me and been like, shown interest. I don't know, it's bare minimum. I feel like that's enough. I talked like 7 minutes in the other video, probably going on like 5, 6 in this one. Hopefully by the next vlog, whenever the fuck that comes, probably around Christmas, I think by the time you see the vlog after this vlog of the vlog, I will maybe have gotten in contact with the fucking property manager and moved the fuck out of here. Who knows? We're going to the Patriot. This will give it away.
I'm not gonna get this.
This will give it away.
Okay.
He's a current head coach.
Oh
Mike
my
Vrabel.
god.
Yes.
How do I not guess Mike fucking Vrabel? I don't win. That doesn't count as a win.
All right.
Titan was also a Bronco.
Oh, the Titans.
Jerome Casey.
Yeah.
Oh. I think I won this.
Caleb Williams to the Raiders would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
That feels like the right fit, to be
Caleb
honest.
Williams as a Raider.
Yeah.
But like, they need the right coach.
The next Jamarcus for sure.
But we talked about this the other day. Like, how many great coaches are there?
Of guys I would go with being like Shanahan, McVay, Reed.
I think like if the NFL did that, he would go early just because some owner of a team would be like, he's Bill Belichick.
Probably still go top 5.
I wouldn't. I don't think I'd take him.
But you wouldn't take him in the
Would be
top
the 101 though. Do you think it'd be Andy Reid?
Wait, what was the question?
You had to pick a head coach.
If
to
all
be a
head
coach of
coaches
your
became
team
free agents.
1 year.
Of the 32 coaches, like, there's probably gonna be 6 that are gone next year. So now we're down to 26. And then there's like probably like 4 more that are just gonna have
Let's
a
see who
job.
will go. I mean, Reed, McVay, Shanahan, Peyton probably.
Harbaugh?
I don't.
McDaniels, Harbaugh.
I don't know if Sean Payton would go above Belichick.
You think he would go above, or for you, these would go above?
I would probably.
Yeah, I would take Payton over Belichick too. I'm just not sure like the NFL views it like that.
Antonio Pierce.
He's getting up there.
Go.
I like Doug Peterson a lot.
Yeah, he's good. He's not going over
Campbell?
Belichick.
I think I gotta still go Belichick over Cam. They're like polar opposites though. It's like you want vibes or you want history.
I don't know. I might take Campbell.
Yeah, it's like.
Could you imagine Campbell trying to coach that Patriots team though? Like that'd somehow be more of a disaster than it already is.
I don't hate Matt LaFleur either, at all.
What about Pete Carroll?
I like Pete. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about him in a vacuum though.
He's kind of with Belichick. I'm like,
Yeah.
just give me the old experience guy.
I love Pete actually. I think I might take him over. If they're in the same tier, I would put Pete over Bill.
I still think guys like Vrabel and Tomlin go pretty high.
All right, so Bill's like outside the top 20.
People are saying like he should be fired.
Vrabel?
Or no.
Tomlin. People
Oh,
are like
yeah.
really anti-Tomlin right
Yeah.
now.
It's like a fine
reactionary
line.
shit you've ever fucking seen.
They're treating him like a Jared Goff. Like, yeah, you're good enough to win, but you're not good enough to win at all. Like, so should we move on from you?
Dude's rocking Kenny Pickett and Mitchell Trubisky. Like the
But
fact that
that's
they're
partially on him.
sure. Yeah.
I think if they're willing to cut their loss and be like, all right, we fucked up. Let's get a QB next year.
Justin Fields? Yo, Justin Fields on
That'd
the
be cool.
Steelers.
But if they do some, like, if they're like the Jets or something, where they just dig a hole deeper and like we're gonna keep starting them, like,
Yeah.
change it up.
No, I agree. But like they're very much in playoff contention right now, which they probably shouldn't be.
All right, hear this trade out. Raiders give up the 6th pick, which they have now, their 1st pick next year, and Devontae Adams to the Bears. Deal?
For what?
The one. It's more needed.
That's a ridiculous dub for the Bears.
You don't think more is needed?
2 1s in Devontae.
I guess one of the ones is still potentially like a top 6 pick.
Yeah.
Plus Marvin Harrison Jr.
I feel like that should be enough.
They got more this year. Like
Probably
2
true.
firsts, 2 seconds, and DJ Moore. Probably
Bryce Young.
You're also going down to 9.
fair. But I think a lot of people would say Caleb's way better than
Yeah,
Bryce.
this is much more like quarterback heavy class.
Yeah. I feel like that owner would probably just be like, I want Drake May. No, the owner of the Raiders.
Oh,
The creepy
Mark
looking
Davis.
guy, yeah.
Someone that I follow on Twitter, he was like Jaden Daniels is going to be the first quarterback off the board.
Is he going to be drafted this year?
That's all, like, it's not to this team. That's like people being like, yeah, I think Hendon Hooker's going 5th overall. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
People were saying he was going 2nd overall.
Yeah, it was fucking, like, over AR. Like, shut the
Oh wait, I think I'm thinking of a different quarterback. Oh no, I remember like Malik Willis. People talking about Malik Willis going 2 overall the Lions. God, imagine that was what their franchise was right now. Malik Willis was the QB there.
Yeah,
They'd be so much better.
Dude,
So-
I mean, they need to make that upgrade. Goff is such a Falcon.
There's like legitimately 9 quarterbacks.
Good.
I've heard people be like, he's going to be like a legit NFL player. Caleb Williams, Drake May, Bo Nix.
I feel like that's just because of social media. We know all their names
Yeah,
now.
I think that's
Yeah.
what it is. Like I think people are.
People think that they know their name. They think they're good.
Who else?
So Bo Nix, Jane Daniels, Michael Penix, Jadir Sanders, Carson Beck for Georgia, JJ McCarthy, Quinn Ewers.
Yeah, I think most of those are not serious first rounders.
Shador's staying,
I just
right?
remember there was a time when like Quinn Ewers was talked about as if he could be like a top draft.
That's like what we were talking about yesterday. It's like every time a player's a good week, they're like, oh, he
Yeah.
might be the QB3 in this class.
Hank.
So Devontae's a Bear? Confirmed? Dude, I'm telling you, the Chiefs are trading up to get like Marvin Harrison Jr.
Are you just trying to get like the law of averages with that camera there? You're actually filming nobody.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just that black screen.
Tell me.
It's literally to that T.
I love that. I love that for me.
Let's see what's going on right now.
It is officially December 15th, right? I think that's right. 10 days out from Christmas. Did either of them talk about it? 10 days out. By the time you guys are watching this video, it'll be the 21st. That means on December 21st, we'll have a vlog come out with not a peep about Christmas. I think it's just ridiculous. So there's no Christmas spirit up here in BDGE. If you like Thanksgiving more than Christmas, that's one thing. But like to just not even talk about it, it's just crazy.
So we're getting close to Christmas. Most of the guys here are leaving. Tony's going back to California.
I head back to California this upcoming Monday. Gonna Gonna spend the holidays with my family back there. I'm excited to see my mom. Excited to see the friends that I had back home.
Jaymo's be in Philly for a little while with his girl, and then down to Florida afterwards. So we're all going to take a little break from each other, and then once we get back into the new year, everything is going to be new. New office, Jaymo under new contract.
Staying here full time for the foreseeable future.
Clap it up.
12 more months, I mean, minimum.
10-year,
We can terminate it early.
Max contract.
$0.
It's all fake money.
Yeah.
We're gonna cut you
We're
after
gonna
the
keep
off
moving you
season.
down the
Yeah.
fucking.
How many first round picks am I worth?
I'll give you a George Pickens or a Chase Claypool.
Yeah.
You'll sneak into the early second.
The deal was made. Me and Nick have bonded, partnered. I am officially going to be here at BDGE full time starting like the second week of January when I get back from Florida. I will no longer be an intern. That is a breaking news, and I could not be happier.
Jameson Trahan is going to be an official member of the BDG crew. He's going to be hired full time. These past 5 months, been an intern, although that's mostly just classification. Like the role that he's had here has been as full time as you probably could be here.
You guys watched last vlog, and Jaymo was out there yapping like, I'm replaceable, I'm gonna get fired, you know, nobody wants me here, yada, 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 whatever. Locked his ass up, indentured servant type deal, 5 years, minimum veteran contract. So he'll be here for the foreseeable future.
I took the internship with Nick. I think one of the first questions I asked was, is there room for growth? You know, I've been in internships before. It's like, you do your 3 months, you do your 4 months, you get in, you get out and throw it on your resume. I wanted to know in the beginning, was there room for growth? And he said yes. It showed that he was not lying, and it went all the way. And now I'm going past internship, graduating college, and I don't have to get the corporate random 9-to-5 office job that most of us are set up for. Now I get to do a job every single day that I love, I like, and I'm very, very grateful for.
Jameson technically won't be an intern anymore, but it's official now. Not that it's ever really felt like that. But yeah, it's a big moment.
And also, I'll just address the Gut thing too. I have a rule. Gut has another semester of school, so he is not graduated until May or June. I will not hire anybody full-time onto the team until they are done with school. So I will take no further questions on that. He'll still be working here in the spring though. So that answers that. With Jaymo, it's an interesting negotiation / spot that I was in with him. This is the first time I've experienced this because he is someone who came into the company with a following of his own and a lot of leverage by himself.
We negotiated this morning. To be honest, that was something that was really hard for me. I've never really negotiated something in my life that's like that meaningful. Like I've negotiated off like fucking Facebook Marketplace or garage sale. I've never had to like negotiate like my life, like big decision in my life to determine if I could pay my bills, if I could pay rent. Do I feel like I'm being valued how I see myself be valued? I was very happy to do that. And it wasn't even the fact that I was able to change the numbers of what he offered. It was just the fact that I was able to under my belt say I did have that skill within me to take the leap and say no, in a sense, to the initial offer. A big accomplishing moment for myself as far as my personal values, to prove to myself I could do it.
He can make more money on his own than I could pay him here, right off of salary or whatever the case may be. So with someone like him, it's not about selling him anything, because selling has a negative connotation to it, but it's more about like, because I can't pay him as much, you have to hope that he sees the value in other things. You have to hope that he buys into what we're trying to build here, buys into the vision and the dream, the long-term vision of everything here. And that was kind of more so the pitch that I would have to him. You know, it never needs to be necessarily long-term, like long-term. When you're that age, there's a lot that you don't know, and being in an environment like this around people who are creators and around people who have a lot of passion and energy for this, and around people that have done the things already that you are trying to do, it's a much quicker way for you to get where you want to go. And you get to learn a lot of things without actually having to make the mistake. You have people that you can bounce off of, whether it's ideas or problems that you're facing or whatnot. So with him, it was a little bit of a different negotiation.
But now it's time to get to work. I negotiated for a reason. Now it's time to show my true value, show where I see BDG going, where I want to be a part of it. And with me no longer being an intern, that means I now have more responsibilities. I have more things to do.
He'll be on long term. I'm really fucking excited to have him. He's got some of the best work ethic I've probably ever seen. He is in here. Obviously, y'all know he lives here. When we come in, right, like I'm in here maybe 9 a.m., whatever, 10 a.m. And I'll leave just because I need to like move environments around, like 5 o'clock, maybe 6 o'clock some nights, sometimes later, sometimes earlier, whatever. But he stays in here and he continues to work and make videos for his own channels, his own profiles, any stuff that he still needs to do for us, he continues to do. So kids like working 24/7. And those are the types of things, especially when you have a team of a lot of younger people, which we do here. Those are the kind of traits that you look for
Is it more work? Yes, but if I didn't want to work hard, I wouldn't be here. I'm excited for those new challenges, those new steps, and because I know everything that gets harder means it's just going to be a bigger reward on the other side for not just me, but for the company as a whole.
People can be talented when they're younger, but a lot of times like talent is a result of experience. Getting good at different tactical things, you become talented at them, right? But right now, when you're looking at kids who are 19, 20, 21, up to 23, 24, 25, whatever, you're looking for traits that are not really teachable. Passion, work ethic, those things go so much further than being able to edit this, being able to do this kind of thing, you know? So it's like that type of stuff, when I find it in people, especially younger people that I know have fuckload of energy to them, is something that I try to attach myself to. And I want to be around those people because it inspires me. As I start getting older, like I'm hanging around older people, like people that I grew up with that don't really have this extra drive to them, it eventually wears off on you. You know, people say like, you know, you become the result of like the 5 people that you hang around with most. It's like, okay, if that's true, I want to make sure that I'm surrounding myself with people that I wake up and I'm like, let's fucking go every single day. And Jaymo was one of those people. So it was a super easy decision for us to make. I just, you know, we just needed to make sure that we landed on a number or responsibilities or all these different things in the contract that were comfortable from both sides. So that's really cool. That's really big for us, obviously. He was someone that came in as an intern.
It's a big deal. It's a big jump. Kid can finally move out of this building, so huge. Hopefully he sticks around with BDG for many years to come.
Come the off season, when we're out of the regular season, we'll be starting new projects that I will be involved in. We'll be doing extra trivia content that I will be hosting every single week. That was one of my responsibilities in the new contract to come full time. It's that I will be hosting a new set of games by myself every single week that is designated to the YouTube audience. So if you guys are on YouTube, you'll be getting an extra trivia every week the rest of the next 2 years until I'm off of the current full-time offer. So that's a nice 104 extra trivias you can expect to get weekly to watch during your lunch breaks or at night or whenever the hell you watch us, if at all. Yeah, that's it.
When we first thought about getting an intern, and the only reason we even did it was because Sexy had to go back to Canada. We're like, we should probably get someone for in-house things, and then we took on the applications and we're like, damn, we like a lot of these guys. So we hired, obviously, got Matt. Jaymo, had no idea if we were going to take one, ended up taking 3, had no idea where it would go from there. I'd love to have kept Matt on. I would love to keep Jaymo and Gut on for the long term. Like, it's wacky running this shit, honestly, but it's been a lot of fun. I don't know. As long as you keep yourself well-intentioned and work really hard, I feel like you end up putting yourself in a position that you want to be in. Sometimes it takes longer than you'd imagine. And I think building anything worthwhile takes really, 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 really long. I think we're just kind of on our way there. So long-winded way of saying Jaymo will be here for the long term.
The internship is behind me. Soon moving out of the office is behind me. That's the other good thing. 10 days from Christmas means I'm about 15 days at worst of getting out of the office. That's the big thing. Santa can wait. I can't wait to get out of here. I don't know. I'm trying to talk to the realtor and get out even sooner, but motherfucker is not answering me, and it's getting kind of frustrating. Maybe I will be staying in the new office. Who knows? We'll have to see.
We had a trivia meeting this week, as we always do. One of the big topics of discussion was trying to get licensed so that we could partner up with sports books, contents, have our own promo code or link that we can share with you guys. You guys get bonuses for signing up there. We get bonuses for having you guys sign up. It's a win-win. Yeah, I'd be really excited for that, because that just means more gambling content coming from our end, which is personally my favorite. We do a lot of trivia. Sometimes it can get a little repetitive, constantly losing, constantly exiting in the first round. I need some wins. And the only thing I really win in is Sunday slips. So if we can do more content that kind of surrounds gambling, I'm all for that. It's actually a super tricky process, though, trying to get some of these licenses. So it's going to take some time, might be a little expensive, but I think it's a journey that we're going to go down. It's a road that we're going to head. I'm ready for it. I'm excited. That's what I took away from the trivia meeting. That was what I was most excited about. I'm very, very excited for the new year, though. Maybe next week we'll set some goals or something like that. Maybe next week talk future a little bit more, but that's really what's going on. I showed you guys the new logo. My brain is cooking right now. I just got an email. Most of y'all have seen that we've been undergoing a little bit of like a brand refresh. You saw it with like the color palettes and the fonts and stuff, but we've also been messing around with different logo designs. I want to refresh the logo. Here's the thing with logos, like they don't really matter until you make them matter. So I don't actually care how it looks. Like I don't care that it looks clip arty because it means something to us, right? Like you see the logo and I know that that's us and people know that that's us. The reason I want to at least have an alternative version of it is so that we could put it across merch
and it works well. Because right now there's way too much like blank space, and there's too many like fine lines all around the logo. Put it on hats or put it in really small designs for it to come out well. So we've been working with this company that has sent iterations over, and they just sent over their newest iteration, and it's got my brain going a little bit now. Here's a couple examples. I wanted to keep it really simple and like a little bit playful, because I think that's kind of what our brand is, and I like this first logo exploration, which is fine. And you can see it on examples on like merch and stuff, and I think it goes really, really well. I think it's just cool, and it looks good, and I like the playfulness of it. Now, I kind of fuck with this one a lot, and I'll tell you the reason why. Because one of the cool trends of logos nowadays is this use of negative space. Not a metaphor, but an extra design within the logo itself. So a lot of you guys probably have known this, but maybe some of you guys will learn this for the first time. When you look at the FedEx logo, you just see it says FedEx, but they intentionally designed it this way because there's an arrow right here. You see that? So the use of negative space between the letters and stuff creates this, which is obviously, you know, like on the go, they're moving stuff. Like it obviously makes sense for their logo and the way it's designed, and that you'll notice a lot of companies do that. Now, the reason I like this one, they didn't actually do it for me, which was kind of interesting, but I came up with this idea. So our logo right now is the BDGE. It's got the stupid fucking little half circle, the bow tie, the fork, and the spoon. So you see the fork and the spoon. We used the negative space right here, put a very small fork and a spoon right here. It will implement some of the old logo to it, and it's right on the E, and the E stands for eat, so we implement it there. I think, boom, voila. I think we fucking nailed it right there. This is the other one. Don't love that. Don't know what the fuck day it is, but this I really, really like and think it could work. I also really, really fuck with this one too. I think it's kind of cool and it looks really good all over the place. But I want to mess around with this. I'll show you all the final results of what it looks like when I use this negative space to put a spoon and a fork into it. I mean, it could end up looking fucking terrible, but I have a feeling it's going to be the perfect use of the negative space there. So this is it done. I swapped the colors a little bit. I'm going to go back so you could see it, what it looked like in blue and black, but you get the point. And I sent it back to them, to the design company, and asked if they could do a revision on it, because I don't trust myself to have it done correctly, but I'll see if they're willing to do it. It kind of came out. I think they're way too big right there. I need to make them smaller to fit, because I think they might be a little bit too like noticeable. I think the use of negative space, and I'm just making this up, I'm not a design expert by any fucking means or stretch of the imagination. I think the negative space needs to almost go like unnoticed until you notice it. You know what I mean? Like right now, I feel like they kind of stand out a little bit too much, and it takes away from the fact that that's an E. It almost looks more like a, actually that's kind of cool. It almost looks like a napkin now if you look at it sideways with a fork and spoon on it, but it's really neat. Oh man. So maybe if you guys have any opinion on that, I'm starting to fall more and more in love with the first logo that I showed you, which is the capital B lowercase DGE. It looks really fucking good on merch, I think, and I feel like it displays the energy of our brand pretty well, where it's like kind of playful, cartoonish, like graffiti-ish, and I kind of fuck with that a lot. Second one I really liked, but I think I like the idea of using that fork and spoon a little bit more than I actually like the execution of it, but we'll see if the design company actually comes back with something that looks really cool. Maybe we'll pivot to that, but let me know if you guys have any thoughts on that.
The 49ers play the Ravens on Christmas Day. It's the Monday night game. I believe it's like a 5 p.m. kickoff Western time. I don't really know. I say Western time, specific time. To me, it's Western time. Yeah, I'm going to be at that game. You guys are watching this. You see it as soon as it comes out on Thursday. Yeah, so if you're in the air and you plan on going to that game, hit me up on Twitter, hit me up in Discord, hit me up somehow. We'll get together. Little 49ers tailgate. You know what it is. Excited to go to that game. Excited to see the family. I don't know if these guys are leaving for the holidays. I feel like these guys are just working.
Last thing, Brock Purdy is not going to win MVP. I don't care what Tony says. I don't care how much he yaps about it last week, this week, the moving forward weeks. Until they actually give him the reward, I'm going to say he does not win that award.
Yeah, otherwise we're just working through content. We're into the fantasy playoffs right now, so it's a little bit of a grind of us making sure that we don't fuck up our lineups, and then helping you guys set your lineups hopefully through week 18, and then we'll make a playoff push.
This week we have switched deal or no deal, going from a punishment to a reward system. So if you guys have seen that series, the loser of every week has to do something pretty embarrassing and time consuming. They're sick of it. So we have switched it to where instead of loser having to do something whack as hell, winner is going to get about $100 every week. A grand prize for whoever scores the most points throughout the rest of the season and playoffs and through the Super Bowl. Hopefully that makes Deal or No Deal more fun for at least those guys, because I know they kind of dread Deal or No Deal because there's really no upside for them. The best case scenario for them is that they avoid having to do weird shit like dress up as a maid. Hopefully it reinvigorates them to make some deals. Yeah, I guess that's the other thing, is that Deal or No Deal will be here through the Super Bowl. So I think that's all I got.
White table.
Oh, and pants. Jeez.
I feel like I just wore that to a wedding.
Was this JL's wedding outfit?
Like straight up, yeah, I think so.
What if he was in a full suit and then you're just in the top half of the suit? We don't have the second half. So you're just not wearing pants. Let's make a thumbnail where your pants. All right. All right.
You're fucking fired.
You know what's I
I don't.
Should I make a YouTube video so that you can watch it? I feel like I'm going to school at like
You look like a substitute.
You look like the memes where they're like, you can't afford a lawyer, this is your lawyer.
Your public defender walks up like this. What are you doing?
Dude, I would fucking get you caught up in a RICO case real fucking quick.
This fucking shirt's tight.
Bro, you're gonna rip that.
I'm trying not to.
Put on a fucking different one.
I don't.
No, you gotta rock that one. You guys look like you're getting married.
Good God.
10 years, no dollars.
I can't button this.
You don't need to. You only have to get the upper half.
I know, but I can't get the lawyer image out of my head.
Are you wearing the dress pants?
No, these are my Zara pants.
That's all, folks.